All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into a story I'm sure you all know, The Lion and the Mouse. You know, it seems like a simple little tale, but it's packed with some really deep truths about things like power, mercy, even gratitude. So let's break it down together. Okay, so let's dive right in. The story kicks off by showing us this huge, almost comical contrast, right? You've got the lion, who's basically the poster child for physical strength, and then you've got the mouse, who's really just an object of mercy. I mean, the power imbalance is completely off the charts, and that's really the whole setup for what's about to happen. All right, so our story gets going with this, well, an unexpected encounter. Picture this: the mighty lion, king of the whole jungle, is just crashed out, sleeping off a big lunch. He's totally at peace, has no idea that this one tiny little creature is about to wander into his life and change everything.
And this is where it all kicks off. It's kind of funny, actually. You have this little mouse who's just bored and looking for something to do, and he starts running up and down the sleeping lion. I mean, think about it. It's such a tiny, almost meaningless act, right? But this one little disturbance, that's the spark that lights the whole fuse.
Bam! With a huge, furious roar, the lion wakes up, and just like that, he's got the mouse trapped in his paw. You know that power dynamic we were just talking about? Well, it just went from theoretical to very, very real. The lion is literally holding the mouse's life in his paw, and he's just about to snuff it out. Okay, this next part is maybe the most important moment in the whole first half of the story. It's a plea for mercy. And what's so critical to understand is that the story pivots here. It's not about who's stronger anymore. It's about a moment of compassion, all started by a simple, desperate request.
So the mouse makes this plea, and honestly, it's incredibly gutsy. He says, please, let me go. I'll never forget it. And hey, maybe one day I can help you. Think about that. He's not just begging to live. He's actually making a promise, offering to repay a debt to the king of the jungle. It's wild.
And the lion's reaction? It tells you everything you need to know about how he sees the world. He just laughs. I mean, the idea that this tiny, squeaking thing could ever possibly help him is just hilarious. But, and this is the key, he's so amused by the sheer nerve of it all that he decides to show mercy. He lets the mouse go. But that one little act of mercy, that's what sets up the story's biggest twist. Because just a few days later, the roles are going to be completely dramatically reversed. We're about to see the powerful become totally powerless. So how does the king of the jungle get taken down? Well, it's not another animal, it's human hunters. And their plan is brutally simple, really. Step 1, set the trap. Step 2, wait for the lion. Step 3, pull the rope. That's it. In just a few moments, all of that incredible strength the lion has, it means absolutely nothing. And now he's trapped. That powerful roar, it's not a sign of dominance anymore. It's a cry for help. The hunters are so confident he's not going anywhere that they just leave to get a cart. Can you imagine? The king is completely defeated, and his roars of desperation are just echoing through the jungle for every single animal to hear.
So now we get to the real payoff, the climax of the entire story. A debt is repaid. Remember that impossible promise the mouse made? The one the lion thought was so funny? Well, it's about to be tested in a huge way.
And this is where the story basically looks right at us and asks, okay, now what? The king is trapped, his power is gone. So who's going to save him now? I mean, who could possibly save him?
The answer is just, it's perfect. It's so ironic. It's not the biggest animal, not the strongest one. It's the smallest creature. The one being the lion literally laughed at and dismissed as totally useless is the only one who even shows up to help. And here's the most important detail of the rescue. The mouse uses its own unique skill, those tiny sharp teeth, to just gnaw away at the ropes. It's an ability that's perfectly suited for this one very specific problem. The lion's brute strength was useless against the net, but the mouse's specialized skill, it's the perfect key to the lock.
So, what happens when the hunters get back? Well, we see this brand new dynamic in action. The lion and the mouse, they charge at them together. It's a united front. It's not powerful lion and weak mouse anymore. Nope. They're a team, and they use their combined strengths to scare those hunters off for good. And this next part is so important. The lion doesn't just say, hey, thanks. He gives the mouse a new title, Prince of the Jungle.
Think about what that means. It's not just a nice gesture, it's the lion completely changing the social order of the jungle, publicly saying, this little guy, his worth is equal to mine. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so what are we supposed to take away from all this? What's the moral of the story? Let's unpack the really big lessons that have made this fable stick around for, well, forever.
So here are the big 3 takeaways. First, an act of kindness is never wasted. I mean, that tiny bit of mercy the lion showed, it came back to save his life. Second, you just can't measure strength by size. The mouse proved that a very small, specific skill can be way more powerful than raw muscle when the time is right. And finally, a true friend is basically a priceless treasure. That bond they formed completely rewrote the rules of the jungle.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to chew on, doesn't it? Who is the true king here? Is it the one who rules by force, or the one who saves through kindness? The story really seems to suggest that maybe real leadership isn't about being in charge at all. Maybe it's about making connections and being the one who shows up to save the day when everything looks hopeless.